Virgo, welcome in, welcome back. My name is Millie, and I have the pleasure and the honor of reading into the energy for the sign of Virgo for the month of May 2024. Now, if you're not a Virgo or you find yourself here at a later date, I would absolutely say to stick around, check it out, see what comes through for you because, yeah, I'm very much a firm believer in being at the right place at the right time. Okay, so Virgo, your energy seems like pretty stable actually compared to most of the other reads that I've done this cycle. There does seem to be something about you guys like trusting the process this month and being very much on the path to something bigger. There is something around like the white horse, and it's very much coming through with like that Knight of Cups energy, like really following your heart and taking that slow and steady pace, like really very much being in. There is a dedication with you guys this month that I haven't really. Okay, so you guys are definitely working on something, and it does feel like it's on something quite big. For some of you, burning the candle at both ends, and there does need to be like some kind of rest or reprieve that comes through for you guys this month. So reassess that as that applies to you, but there does seem to be this energy surrounding like whatever you're working on is good. Like it feels like it's personal to you, but it feels like it's a project, like it's not internal work, Spirit's saying. Okay, so some of you guys are going to be like needing a holiday, wanting a holiday. Some of you may even be planning a holiday this month. There does seem to be this like really reflective kind of energy around you where it's like, I do see you being really busy, but not like, not nostalgic, not negative, like just reflective, just like you're very, very stable at the moment, Virgo. Your energy actually feels really nice for the month of May. It does feel like there's going to be something that comes in the way of like restructuring, rebalancing, but it feels like this is all like very much you're aware of it. Maybe even all of your own doing, Spirit's saying. Have I got sound? I really hope this is recording. Sorry about that. Okay, so some of you are reassessing skill sets and perhaps even needing to like learn some new skills. Like I don't know how to actually edit that out, and I am going to post this, so I do apologize. I am getting this 333 connection coming through with 309 on the clock there. And I'm also hearing 903, something about the PM. Yeah, and we did actually get that in the last reading that I filmed, which was for Scorpio. They had a lot of stuff coming through around the nighttime. So if you're not feeling in this stable energy, maybe you should look at that reading because the only other connection that I've got for you guys this month, Virgo, is to Capricorn, and I actually haven't filmed that one yet. So yeah, moving on. Whatever you're working on, it does seem like it's a big project, and it does seem like it's worthy of all of this effort, dedication, time, blood, sweat and tears for some of you that's been put into it, Spirit's saying. The way that this is coming through is like you're either sitting on a golden turkey or you are the golden turkey. Like I was very much getting this like shitting golden nuggets kind of energy coming through. There is this like trusting in the process, path to something bigger energy coming through. So if you're not yet seeing that or feeling that this is valuable or whatever the case may be for you, very much like stay on that steady trajectory, Spirit saying don't give up. It's not all like, yeah, there is this like energy with you needing to stay the course. Ace of Swords. I would definitely say whatever you're working on, that you should stay committed to that path, not stray from the path, Spirit saying. There is going to be something that comes up for you guys this month about like power struggles, and it feels like this could have been around the time of the Pluto retrograde, which I think maybe we still are in. I'm not entirely sure. A quick Google search will be able to figure that out for you. There is something coming through around like running into old friends and like, yeah, you may or may not be really happy about those interactions. So pay attention to what comes up for you. Remember that as these things come through, they are generally coming up to serve you in some way, to either add to your journey or to be closed out, like tie up those loose ends and really don't leave things open-ended, Spirit's saying. Okay, so some of you guys this month, there is this like stomach upset that seems to be like running through the collective. For you guys, it didn't seem as intense, but I was getting a lot of stuff around like herbal remedies, like herbal teas, things like that. For some of you guys this month, there's going to be something around a new phone number, or even a new phone. See, and then going back to that belly thing, there's something around kombucha coming through for you guys. And then saying, I was just about to say, like maybe even like making your own kombucha or something like that. Kombucha? I don't know how to say it, whatever. That probiotic drink that you have. Yeah, and then some of you may be even crafting your own, because there is something about like a fruit yield and crops here, and then like a large harvest, and that is on the same line as the elderberries and the peppermint teas and things like that. So that does feel very much interconnected there. Something about disturbed sleep coming up for you guys this month, and there is like something about like, okay, so what Spirit's saying is you're going to encounter some really suggestive energies this month. Some of those suggestive energies you're going to seek out of your own volition, Spirit's saying. There is going to be something around, like, if you can't sleep, like maybe, like, look at, there's like a plethora of sleep hypnosis, frequency music, things like that can aid your sleep environment. Very much environment stuff coming through for you guys this month. And I actually am seeing you like not really interacting with that many new people. I was only really getting like a few names for you guys. So I'm getting Matilda, Daniel, Corey, and then I was also getting Wendy, Robert, and Joe. And I was also hearing Josephine. And I'm hearing Wayne. Okay. Now I'm moving down to, and it's funny because when I was sitting here before and I was just filming for Scorpio, I was sitting here and I heard this little noise, and it was a fucking rat under the floorboards. And like, I don't have rats, the town has rats. I'm not even getting, like, we all can coexist on this earth together. Like, I have no problem with the rat visiting every now and then, but there is this like energy around something happening within the environment that perhaps that power struggles is coming back into play. Okay, something about pets and birds particularly coming through quite strongly this month for you guys. So yeah, that does seem to be all that I've got for you guys. Or something about a watch. And like a family crest. I'm actually feeling like you guys aren't really spending that much time with like people outside like your real inner circle at the moment. I'm very much seeing you be like, yeah, it's that head down, ass up kind of energy. You may be like very much like not allowing for any distractions is what Spirit's saying. Yeah, with this whole Pluto retrograde thing, like remember, Pluto's a generational planet. So the things that are coming up for you, I would very much suggest like not reacting straight away to it, rather sit back, try and reassess, and then respond to whatever's coming up. Because anything that crosses your path that's like a discomfort, I don't see you guys like having any, and we will get into the tarot, but from the energy of the channeled messages, it feels quite stable. It doesn't feel like you guys are going to have any like huge tower moments this month, particularly in the form of like other people. It feels very much like things are like, you may run into some old friends, Spirit saying they keep like this old friends thing, but like it's kind of giving that energy of like, you know, when you're with your friend and you see someone that you know that they don't like and you say to them, there's your mate, but it's like not their mate. That's kind of the energy that comes through. So yeah, anything that's playing out for you there, I would very much say to like not individualize it to that situation and that person. Maybe like look at like overall bigger perspective, like patterns and things that are coming up for you with that generational planet connection. It does feel like this is like cyclical stuff that's going to resurface in a multitude of other ways or people if you don't just address it now. So rather than individualizing it, I would very much look at the whole, Spirit saying, which can be hard to do. You know, as I'm saying that, I'm like, what does that mean? Like sometimes that slow and steady energy is coming through though. So yeah, take your time with that. All right, Virgo, that was cool. We actually, last channel message for you is something about Friday at 11 a.m. And yeah, make a note in your diary or set an alarm. There will be something around Friday, 11 a.m. It could just be a confirmation of this reading, but I'm very much, keep your eyes and ears out for whatever's happening around you, even where you are, like what your surroundings are at that time as well. There is this environmental thing coming through for you guys. All right, so for the tarot portion of your reading, my darling Virgo, we're going to do your internal realm and like what's happening for you inside. And then we're going to look at the external world and then how they're like interplaying together. You may feel a little bit off kilter this month. I'm pretty sure the camera's straight, but it doesn't feel like it's 100% straight. So you may be moving forward with like a slight sense of trepidation this month. But you very much, with the Ace of Wands poking through here as well. Look at that. Oh, and the Ace of Swords. You're off to a great start this month, Virgo. May's looking good for you. You may be even like a little bit surprised at like Spirit saying the regaining of stability. Okay, cool. All right, nice. Can I see, I'm just going to pack all these up and then we'll look at your internal. Shuffle for Virgo, please, Spirit. May I please see the energy for Virgo? Thanks for coming by, checking out the channel, guys. I'm really happy to be here. I really am. Me and the gang are having a good time. It's nice to be working again in this sense. It does. Look who it is. It's the Knight of Cups. And his energy came through in like really strongly. I may have even written down the Knight of Cups. No, it was just a feeling with the white horse that came through. Something about, something about a donkey or a mule. And I am also seeing like a really regal animal as well, which is the eagle. But yeah, the donkey or the mule kind of took my attention away from that for a second. Show me for Virgo internally. See, there is a sense of trepidation with this move. Internal for Virgo, please, Spirit. Just one more, please. See, external, you are not seeing a lot of people this month, Virgo. And I would say that that's a good thing, whatever's happening here. Like, okay, so you're definitely working on something, maybe even building something. For some of you, you're like starting your own business or something with the King of Wands and the Queens here. There is this energy around like not really being entirely sure how it's all going to play out, or like being a bit... Spirit saying like you're not so much in the liminal space as you are in two minds about whatever this is. Maybe even a little bit... like defensive about it, because it's close to your heart. There is something that you're like gonna present There's something that you want to do. There's something within you that's like, they're showing me like a phoenix rising. So I do see you have like, I can feel like the remnants of a tower. Like it does feel like there was a tower like in the not so distant past. And that may have like really set you off on a different path than where you thought you were going to be, Spirit saying. Particularly with that 5 of Cups in the underlying and the 8 of Cups here in the external. It does seem like you've had to move away from, or even are still in the process of moving away from some things or some energies that perhaps you had your heart kind of set on. It does feel like there was energy here of like disappointments in the very like recent past, Spirit saying. Okay, which then further explains why you've kind of gone into the cave with the 4 of Pentacles and the Hermit card. There is this sense of you like not, you are working though. So there, see, and it's funny because it didn't feel like the work that you were doing was internal, but that is what the Hermit does. The Hermit goes on that internal exploration and finds the inner wisdom to illuminate the path ahead. Sometimes I think what happens with us is that inner wisdom can sometimes lead us to conclusions that we weren't really expecting, and that can possibly be that Phoenix rising energy coming through where it feels like things burned and crashed, but you are able to move on. There is some kind of resurrection that's happened here or is in the process of happening for you, and it's a stable and steady progression as well. Like all of these cards, bar the 5 at the bottom of the deck, which isn't on the board, all of these cards are quite stable. They're quite steady. You know, we've got a 2 here, we've got a 4 here, we've got an 8 here. The Hermit is not, you know, the Hermit, not Spirit showing me the Hanged Man. He's not hanging upside down in a tree. He's very much like, there is safety here. There is time here, Spirit saying. So whatever you're working on, you may even feel like a sense of like there needs to be a rush, or you need to like rush ahead or something like that. There is this energy surrounding whatever you're working on, whatever. See, for some of you, what's happening here is this isn't something that you want to work on or present to some other people. This is something that you're trying to rebalance within yourself, perhaps from that tower in the very recent past. I may do a bonus for this energy. If you're interested in that, can you let me know in the comments or the email, because I would kind of like to venture down that pathway in this reading, but I want to stay on track for the trajectory that we've got. So it does feel like there is something that perhaps you are very much like, maybe even like working on pulling yourself away from certain like deeply ingrained habits, thoughts, ideas, like things that maybe even things that you like grew up with, like things that were taught to you as like tradition or legacy with that 4 of Pentacles, like thoughts that were passed down and then you like turning away from them. And I tell you what, there was actually a connection to that in the Scorpio reading. Yeah, if that's the case, I would definitely say watch that one after this, because that does kind of feel like saying you may feel like you're working backwards for some of you. You may feel like you can't get ahead. You may feel like, yeah, there is this sense of like loss or sadness, but it does feel like past. It's slow. Maybe that's even slowing your progression to a degree. And I wouldn't rush that. If that is the case with you guys, I definitely wouldn't rush that process. I would respect and honor your journey and respect and honor your emotions and each step that it takes to get out of whatever it was back there. See, the Justice card and the Wheel of Fortune, you are balanced. You are very much finding Six of Swords. You're finding a new way. You're finding peace, the calm within the storm. There is something that you've learnt from this, though, that's been quite significant. It has this element of like, sorry, maybe what you've learnt has been like about yourself in that way of upsetting or like a bit of a tower in the past. Like maybe that is why this is hard for you to move through with the Eight of Cups, because there is something about this that's like hard to move through, but it's you feel steady. Your emotions feel steady, which is funny with the cards that I've got. Show me what I need to see here for Virgo, please, Spirit. See, there is the Ace of Cups here. There is a brand new beginning for some of you. For some of you, you're resisting it. For some of you, you're kind of scared of whatever this is. Maybe even of this realization that you've had within yourself. Maybe even of because whatever this is that you're working on, you've got your heart set on it. You are absolutely invested in this, not only emotionally, but it feels like it's something that they're saying something about the eagle. And for some of you, this could even be like something that's passed down that you're stepping away from, because it does kind of bring that like energy around like familial things, like lineage, like maybe you've chosen a different path and that's where the trepidation and the fear is coming through. Maybe you were on a trajectory that was set out for you by somebody else even, or like family expectations or societal expectations in some way, and then it's like you've learnt some different information that set you off on a different path, and it is a path to more peace. With the Six of Swords, it's definitely a path to like, for some of you it is completely foreign lands though. It's new territory. That's why you're taking it so slow and steady. Perhaps not because there's so much of a fragility here as there is like a sense of what's on the other side. There is this nice energy though that comes through with the King of Wands though, like of flourishing, and I am kind of feeling this urge to kind of tell you to just like really stick with it is kind of the energy that comes through for you, Virgo. It feels like you're tired. It feels like you're maybe even like it's funny energy. Spirit's saying some of you are perhaps picking at old scabs. There is this, like with the vulture, there is this kind of energy of like maybe some of you having a reluctance to let this go, because it does feel like it's external to you. Whatever it is, it's like you're already set on another path, like your heart's already set on a different trajectory. But it does feel like externally you're holding on to it to some degree with the Four of Pentacles, perhaps even hiding from the truth of it, because you may be like uncomfortable with facing it with the Eight of Cups. But it's blaringly obvious to you, Spirit's saying here. With the Justice card and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like the rebalancing has already occurred, Spirit's saying. You are in a stable, there's much more stable footing, Spirit saying. There's a stable starting point for you guys here. And it's very much up to you when you do start. And there's no pressure, Spirit saying, either. Which feels really nice. Yeah, this energy around your reading's like super weird. I don't even really know if I want to look into relationships for you guys, Virgo. I may do a bonus reading for you guys later down the track. Like, if you get something from this and you want me to do that, make sure you like and comment about it. Because there is this energy around you guys, like, definitely having a reluctance, to say the least, but you've got all the knowledge. You are absolutely equipped with all the knowledge to make the right decisions, Spirit's saying. Whether or not you want to is, yeah, there is pain attached to the past with this. Okay, this is definitely taken a turn from, it's still like so stable though. Like, even the way that these cups, like, they're all very balanced. It's almost like nothing could shake you, nothing could shake it. Maybe some of you are like determined with that. Yeah, this is a funny reading. There is something that you guys are like bringing forth. For some of you, maybe even a few things. Okay, let's move into Spirit saying unexpected, and they're saying to use this deck, but I wasn't gonna use this deck at all for your reading. All right, so they want me to use the Angels and Ancestors Oracle for your unexpected portion of your reading, Virgo. So there is a great teacher that's going to come through here, and that could even be like something that you learn from within, with the Hermit card being there, because learn from spiritual experiences is here, and that does come through as like unexpected. So perhaps you've been even like avoiding this, Spirit saying, for quite some time, but there could be this energy of like, yeah, maybe it taking you by surprise with that King of Wands there too. All right, can I please see what I need to see for Virgo? That's funny. You guys got let go of the need to be right. And so did, I think, Aquarius got that one too. Bask in joy and light. Some of you guys need to actually probably go outside a little bit more. It's super like wet and cold in Australia at the moment, but there is this energy around, like, yeah, it would be of benefit to you, Spirit saying. So definitely like make the effort to get up and go outside. There is this energy around you guys very much wanting to be a homebody this month, and that's cool. Like, honor that, and then like, yeah, push yourself out of the house a few times this month. You can't stay in the house all month, Spirit saying. There definitely needs to be a balance with that. Okay, so see your seeds grow and see beyond the current situation. There is something around this where you seem to be like, maybe even, yeah, I was going to say fearful of how like it may be upsetting to other people. Like, again, with that whole walking away from something or a pathway, and maybe, was that you guys that had that? No, it was Scorpio. So Scorpio got something around like perhaps an arranged marriage or something like that. That kind of is coming up here, where it feels like maybe you're walking away from like religious expectations or societal expectations, or even like commitments that you've made in the past that, you know, given this new information, no longer feel right to you. There is this energy around you, like, just not wanting to like be too overt with it, in a sense, which is funny because the Knight of Cups and the King of Wands are very overt, but there is this like tenderness around it. Yeah, the color purple and lavender is coming through really strongly in this reading, and also I am getting something about like angelic realms and things like that. So there is a lot like of like, and they're saying like white feathers now as well. So you guys might be finding white feathers this month. Take that as a sign that your guides are around you and supporting you through this, and even maybe encouraging you to take this step that you might be fearful of taking or sharing or developing or whatever this is, because it does feel like it's coming through with a sense of you're very stable, you've got it covered is what Spirit's saying. And you may not feel like that, like you may feel like you may, like with take care of your needs, you may feel like in order to get this done you've got to do a disservice to somebody else in some way, and that kind of feels more like why this is halting you in some way. Yeah, there's going to be like fast-paced movement through this though as soon as you do make a decision to like, it's like a landing pad. There's this weird energy around this. Okay, what I'm going to say to you, Virgo, for this reading is slow and steady wins the race. There is definitely this like trajectory of you like taking your time, putting your heart and soul into this, and very much like knowing that your experiences are going to be what leads the way here. With the King of Wands, there is something around you like crafting this to absolutely your specifications and taking your time with that. There's no rush with that. Knight of Cups, he's definitely taking his time there. With the Justice card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Swords, you could even find yourself like moving through this far quicker than what you think. So take your time and stay true to course is what I would say there. In regards to the external, I don't even want to pull too much on that because I don't feel like you're even allowing too much of the external to touch you or affect you at this point in time. And I would say that that's a good thing. I would very much say that you should like stay in the cave for as long as it serves you, and like head down, ass up, do this work, do this internal toiling, or even like Spirit saying it's like dedicated. Spirit saying like dedicated research for some of you. Like some of you are researching something. Yeah, like be mindful of who you interact with this month, Virgo, because it does feel like you're kind of better off to stay in the little cave is kind of how it's coming through. Spirit did say you need to come out once or twice this month and like get some fresh air, but it doesn't, there was no recommendation from Spirit to actually interact with other people. So if you have no desire to do that, then I wouldn't be pushing myself to do that. I would very much wait until you've come to whatever internal realization this is. And it's a funny energy for you guys because you feel really stable. You feel like you're working through this at a steady pace. So I wouldn't rush the process. I would very much just like sit back, be fearless, and stand strong. See beyond the current situation and like see seeds grow for some of you. For some of you, there is something that you've invested in. There is something that you've put your heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into it, all the rest of it. And maybe even that's with that vulture energy. Maybe even that's been picked apart by others in the past. And that could be why you're like shutting down or batten down the hatches, Spirit's saying, and that's cool. Like I've been there, and I definitely can recommend staying in that energy for as long as feels necessary. But with the King and Queens coming through at the bottom of the deck, you are on a steady trajectory towards success, and I feel like you've matured through whatever this was in the past. Like to go from the Knight of Cups to the King of Wands, there is something about you having the ability, having all the tools, having all the experience, Ace of Wands there. And we did get 3 aces at the beginning of the reading for you. So some of this, there's the full, I was going to say some of this is a brand new beginning for some of you. Like this could absolutely be maybe even like a big scary change that you've made and you're working through like slotting the rest of that into place, Spirit's saying. Okay, Virgo, that was kind of cute. I'm gonna leave that there. Your energy was weird. We took a few little internal twists and dives there. So maybe internally this month there will be some kind of initiation that feels like internally, but I would very much say to stick with it, because Ace of Cups, the Fool, I've seen the star twice, and there is the Sun. There is this energy around you, like very much having something as well about the nighttime. There is something about the nighttime that could even, there is going to be epiphanies and things for you this month that I would very much say support whatever's happening over here. Like something over here that you're maybe unsure about, maybe still like, maybe even not really sure if you want to move forward. For some of you, there is this like, am I going to move forward with this at all kind of energy. And I would very much say to continue with the Ace of Cups and the Fool, the Star card there and the Sun, and the Six of Cups there. There is a transformation that's well and truly underway. I would say it's already happened for the majority of you, and this is now you like coming out on the other side, re-emerging from the cave. But again, like, there is kind of this, like, this does feel connected to the Aquarius reading, actually. There is still this state of confusion with you guys, so take your time with that. Definitely take your time with that. There's no rushing here, and you may feel a sense of pressure. You may be even putting your pressure, that pressure on yourself. But it does feel like there's going to be something that comes in that's going to be like something that you discover, or something that you provide yourself with. Yeah, it's kind of vague, that message. I don't really know what else to say around that. I might just give you closing out messages with the Black Moon Lilith deck, and then we will close out for the evening. Once again, guys, my name's Millie. Thank you so much for joining me here. It's been a pleasure to read for you. It really has been an interesting reading. I would maybe like to come back and do like a love reading for you guys, but it just feels like you're not really that interested. Even if you are in a relationship, I don't see you like spending that much time with your partner this month. And if you're single, I very much see you being like not that interested in anything to do with other people. In that romantic sense. Maybe I will do a love reading for you guys. For those of you that are interested, definitely let me know. All right, so some of you are actually celibate at the moment. We've got the sexual alchemy card, and that's in the wake of everything that I just said. There is something here around expansion, prosperity, and growth, but it's very much like that Jupiter ascending kind of energy, where it's like Spirit saying you're on the precipice of sharing this with others. Whatever this is, some of you are like very much still like putting together the pieces of an awakening, or some kind of spiritual leveling up, or some kind of new information that's being learned, or even skill sets, but it feels like more personal to you and your personal soul progression through your journey on the planet. There is this energy around, you are mastering this. You are freeing yourself from something in the past that perhaps held you back, stifled you. The way I'm going to put it is like pigeonholed you. That's better, Spirit. Thank you. Sorry, sometimes they come through with things that are like they just sound a bit harsh. Okay, anything else for the lovely sign of Virgo, please, my darlings? Okay, cool. All right, definitely white feathers. You are worthy, and I would absolutely say to stay the course this month for you guys, Virgo. There does seem to be this energy around you guys that's like taking your time, really being Spirit's saying for some of you it's going swimmingly. For others, not so much. Yeah, take your time with that. There is like a recalibration kind of energy that's happening with you. And it does feel like, you know, to recalibrate something, it does feel like it takes Spirit showing me like a processing on a computer where it's like, yeah, like an update on your phone where it's like 4%, then you come back 6 hours later and it's like 2%. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy where just take your time with it. It may feel like you're going backwards at certain points in time this month, Virgo. And I would very much stick with that, allow for that. There is like time warp energy that's coming through your reading. So very much, yeah, head down, ass up where necessary, and yeah, believe in yourself and all of the hopes that you've already invested into this, Spirit saying, because you're very much like already on the path is what they're showing me. It's not like you can back out now, Spirit saying. For some of you, you may even feel like you're in open water with that Six of Swords. Yeah, okay. All right, thank you so much for being here. My name is Millie. This is the Ghost Bride Tarot. If you got anything from this or you would like a personal or whatever, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. I do appreciate it. And good evening and good night.